Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Today we're going to be moving on with more of this unusual genre mashups. We've seen some pretty wild stuff so far this week, and yeah, let's keep it going. A lot of this has been real fun too. So, Santiago says genre mashup is going to win. Going to suggest again RX Bandits with their song "And the Battle Begun." Is that RX Bandits? Drug bandits? Medicine bandits? Do you just say the RX or what it's short for? Alright, I don't know. Let's get into this. Yeah, let's just do it. Alright, so we had a nice like pop rock thing going on so far. Got some brass in there.
Solitude from the ticking hands. No way, okay, now I'm losing it, and I can't keep up. Operator is nothing personal.
Very rhythmic.
I'm thinking back in vain. It's no better than before. It's just never been shine. And we keep running this race, we cannot be won. I keep coming up empty. Back to you know they're trying to sell my trust. Crazy, box to box, you know it never stops. We win, we halfway. In this endless search for me, and I wait for something real. One kiss for all the world, taste for all this precious. Take it away, release all your tension. Whoa.
Nice little offbeat accents and the pattern up. Ah, man, I needed more of that. They need to bring that back. Dude, that bass line, golly. Drop that melody line down an octave, maybe two, to really bring this home, amp up the energy, fill up the space. Oh. Oh man. Golly. So that is 100% what I'm here for with this unusual genre mashup week. Uh, that's not to say that I haven't enjoyed the stuff we've listened to. I love some of the off the wall bonkers combinations we've heard. The punk and black metal. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Yesterday's whatever whatever cardiacs is, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I showed that off to a bunch of my family members. I don't know, it started to seep its way into my brain, right? So even though I didn't know what to make of it, I'm thoroughly enjoying that one. um so yeah, now we got this, but like this is what I would listen to, on my own. It already works in my lane, basically what I already enjoy. um so I feel like a broken record now. I love novelty. I love my expectations being defied. I know it's not exactly a sustainable method for enjoying music because surprise can honestly only happen once, and there's only so many ways that bands can surprise and subvert expectations. I'm eventually going to run out of novel things to listen to. Um, but I love novelty. I do. I love hearing things, and I'm just like, wow, I've never heard that before, or I did not expect where that was going. And these guys had it in spades. I mean, start of the song, I thought I had them pegged. They came in, dude's got a beautiful voice. They got some really nice guitar lines. The piano, beautiful. The drumming had a little bit of edge to it, but it was kept very light. And I thought, all right, we're in for some really solid pop rock, and we were for a while there. Even the chorus, which got a little ska-ier, that's not a word, but more ska-like. I still enjoyed that. It has the upbeat kicks that we were already seeing in the pop rock. It just had a little bit more of the rock edge rather than being laid back into the pop section. And of course, we got the brass, and that's just going to make things sound ska ear. Uh, but yeah, so we got all these nice things going. I'm like, all right, so we got pop, rock, and ska. They're not too unusual, but I can't say I've really heard them. Like, I mean, pop rock is kind of laid back. Ska is high energy. They don't really fit, so uh, you know, they're kind of in the same realm. But I can see how this is unusual to an extent. And then these dudes busted out some straight up prog, and some jazz, specifically like a swing bebop mix. It was really smooth, but there's also some really technical aspects, which I think we can probably attribute that to some of the prog inspiration. Maybe we can just say this is swing in prog rather than swing prog and bebop. Bebop and prog kind of overlap a little bit there. But yeah, so like that came out of nowhere. All right, just and then they didn't even stop. Like, okay, so they had a breakdown that was a little proggier, had some jazz and some faster playing, and then they went back into the chorus again. I'm like, all right, I see where they are, I see what they've done, and they did their breakdown, which was a little different than the rest of the music, and they've returned to form to finish the song out. No, no, these guys decided to stay prog and change it up again, and the thing is, though, what really catches me is that even though there is some proggy elements in it, that bass line was just straight nasty. The drum part was crazy. The guitars were getting wild. Some of the layering and the counterpoint and the way that the instrumental lines were playing with and against each other. Like there is definitely some aspects of controlled chaos in that section. Um, but all of it still felt poppy. I don't really know how they accomplished that. I mean, it definitely prog rock slash like prog metal, but the tone and the way that the notes worked with each other and kind of the core drum beats, the drum hits that were kind of core to the time, not the embellishments and the flourishes, but what would actually be like the backbone of the drum part. It was still had that like upbeat swinging it. Pop kind of has a swing to it. Um, when you think about like the how the bass works, when you well not necessarily pop in general, but like pop rock and punk or was it pop punk? Basically any sort of like lighter rock mixed with pop, you get some of this swinginess. You don't exactly get those swing eights, but you get those accented twos and fours that kind of give it like a little bounce. And so we were still seeing some of that bounce going on even in the proggier sections that were played rather straight and with emphasis on the musicality of it, not so much the feel, the general feel of it, but still that happiness, that bounciness still came out, and that's just wild that they could mix those two. Like I don't think of prog music and think of jammy, unless we're talking like I guess it's kind of different jam. Like classic prog is jammy, but it's not. It's like the performers are jamming. It's kind of hard for the listener to jam to it. But like this is just like you just get into that groove, even though there's a lot of chaos happening. There's still like this core backbone of groove behind it to get like this nice little bounce going on. And I mean, how? How? So yes, this was a very welcome surprise. Um, just not even start to finish. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I had them pegged, and then like the 3 minute mark, they flipped the script. And when I thought I knew what was going on there, they flipped it again. And I love script flips, man. I do. There's just something real sweet about having expectations. I know what they've played so far. I can guess what they're going to do based on what I've heard before. And then they don't do it. That's just phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, that's kind of the basis of good story writing or even joke writing in general is just flipping the script. It keeps audiences engaged for the most part. I guess not everybody likes that sort of expectation subversion. I don't know. Just dawned on me like I'm like, yeah, this is pretty normal. Everybody loves this stuff, but yeah, maybe they don't. I don't know. Hit me up. Is there anybody out there who does not enjoy that sort of novelty of, having expectations for a first listen? Obviously, this really can't happen on a subsequent listen. But having expectations, and then they do something completely different, and then your first thought is, God, why did they do that? That's horrible. Like, is there anybody out there that thinks like that? Or am I like the oddball? And nobody enjoys it, and I'm just strange for really liking music that I can't expect. I don't know. I guess you guys can let me know about that. See, kind of taking unofficial census here about that. Huh. It's kind of like changed my whole mindset. For the longest, it's that thing about where people tend to have small worldviews based on their experiences, and that's just one of them. Like I'm stuck in this worldview where I'm just like, yeah, that's normal. That's what people expect. But then you think about it, you take a step back outside of your brain. You're like, is that really how people think? And it starts getting your gears going. You're like, wow, maybe not. Try to get your feet in other people's shoes. What is it like to listen to music and hate when that happens? So, yeah. Not really anything about this band. Just went on a little tangent there. Um, let's see. I really love. I mentioned at the beginning that there's a lot of rhythmic qualities going on. And I think they did a really good job with that. And I think a lot of it is owed to the fact there's still a really strong sense of melodic work going on despite the heavy rhythmic work. Um, we have that fast. I don't even remember what it was. I'm wanting to say triplet, but I think there's more than three notes. But the drums and the lead guitars at the beginning were kind of working together to get this heavily syncopated, quick hits, like small segments, like da 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 da, something like that. Just like these little bursts of speed, though. And that working with the melodic line in the vocals was just gorgeous. Um, Come to think of it, I think that's one of the reasons I'm drawn to stuff like Tesseract and Periphery, and I kind of guess other gent stuff. We haven't really done gent on this channel, so I don't really have much of an exposure to that outside of those two bands, I think. I think we did one of the viewers' bands, or like the viewer had a friend in a band or something, and they were kind of genty. But I think that's it, like three bands for an entire genre is represented on the channel so far. But it's these heavy rhythmic qualities being contrasted against beautiful melodic lines, usually in the vocals, but sometimes in the guitar and bass work as well. But yeah, it's a perfect marriage. I think that really is what I love about the music that I love is good contrast. I don't dislike harsh vocals. I don't dislike clean vocals. I listen to them both, but I really prefer when they're smashed together. I don't dislike heavily rhythmic music or heavily melodic music, but I really love when they're smashed together. Um, I don't know. I come to think of it, I think that's just if a band can smash together everything that's opposites, I think I'm gonna love it. I think that's just like my criteria for falling in love with music. And these guys do that very well. They mix some of the simpler aspects of pop and pop rock um, with the crazier aspects of prog. They mix the heavily rhythmic stuff that you see in some of the harsher metals and some of like I guess even radio rock's going kind of that way. Not necessarily as rhythmically accented, but definitely more focusing on rhythm than note structure. And they're marrying that with very strong melodies that you would hear in pop or classical or jazz or even any of the lighter rocks. These guys are just doing a really good job of mashing up so many opposite things. And yeah, and it's all done with like this upbeat, smooth vocal performance, and the whole song's just kind of uplifting. So yeah, it just works for me on like so many levels. Really dig it. So other than my question about the novelty of unexpected musical progression, how songs evolve from start to finish, hit me up in the comments about the pronunciation of their name. Are they the RX Bandits? Are they Drug Bandits? Are they Medicine Bandits? Um, see, right here I was gonna say right here in this video, the R and the X are both capitalized for the video title, but I don't know if this is an official channel. But see, one of the suggested videos has R and then a lowercase x, which does make me think of drugs and medicine. But then further down, we have a capital X too. So the official Vivo has RX Bandits all in lowercase, so thank you, Vivo. You're not a help to me right now. Is that Vivo or is that Vevo? Never really dawned on me. I'm not too fond of the English language, man. Although I guess Vivo doesn't have to be English. Vevo. No, you can't tell words just by looking at them. Alright, I've gone on 2 tangents today. I think that is plenty for one video. This for you guys though. Hit me up in the comments. Pronunciation of the band's name. How you feel about novelty in songs where you don't expect what's coming up. Or, well, you have an expectation and it's wrong. And also if there's any songs you would like me to check out by RX Bandits, Medicine Bandits, Drug Bandits, let me know. I really love this mix of pop rock, prog, and a little bit of some jazz and ska stuff. Anything else in that area, fine by me. But as usual, I'm also interested in some of the other extremities of the group, kind of seeing how far they take their craft. So, like I said, hit me up with song suggestions. That wraps it up for today. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. UTC, as usual. If you'd like, you can check out the description box for any links adjacent to the channel. And if you wouldn't mind, hit the like, subscribe, and bell button. They help out the channel immensely. And if you're interested in future updates about the channel, they can help out you as well. All right, you guys stay safe out there. Have an keep being amazing, and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.